Yep, just checking everything. More on the loading screen at least. Because, you know, it's been a month since I last did anything, and yeah, coming back to this, it's between us and Merc, both Mercs for the championship, 2 points till lead, and well, it's not going too well. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, like, this round's kind of just not my kind of race. Just cause of how it works. And you know, I don't even need to do practice. That's how confident I am, and I don't need the resource points. Yep. I'm gonna be so cocky. Yep. Skip to Q1. Yep. Front downforce failed from last round. Yeah, so obviously we're gonna try and redevelop that. Yep, as always, we're still neglecting the chassis side, so nothing much has changed. We're now best at aero and best at engine still. We do have an engine coming in next round, so I'm gonna try and get this aero in as well next round. So yeah, we're just gonna skip straight to quali, because I don't even need anything. Yeah, just gotta make sure that the assists are okay. Yeah, so I've been playing with traction control off, but just to keep it consistent for the entire season. There, we're finally turning off that stupid formation map that I don't like. Yeah, so it's gonna be wet at the end of this session. At the end of quali, I mean. So, quali's gonna be not exactly the best for us. But, yeah, looking at the developments coming to this round, Red Bull developed more than us. You know, Merc are becoming less and less relevant. They were the best at the beginning, and now they're nowhere. We were second at the beginning, and now we're fourth. So really, it's just an issue for Merc, not for us, because the reoccurring pace of this McLaren is actually good. The straight line speed isn't letting anyone down, but the turning just is. But who cares? We can compensate with that with the aero, or just not accept the middle sector as a sector and just skip it. Two things. One, I'm sorry for not having the audio on. Second of all, that light is blinding. Are they trying to make me have a stroke? Thank you. Yeah, I haven't done a single run around in ages, so. Yep, so since it's Q1, Parc Ferme. Just let everyone set like a bank of time. Then we'll go out at the end of the session when there's no stress, so yeah. Yeah, Charles is a tenth and a half down. Okay, a bit more now as Weber sets at that. Yeah, overall this weekend the pace of some cars are just a bit weird. As you saw, Weber went at the front and so is Ricardo, whereas the real Red Bull's not having pace, so yeah, that's just kind of confusing me, but I don't really mind. Obviously, having no traction control on is a bit weird for me. Having all this extra straight line speed compared to a Red Bull, the stock Red Bull, is kind of jarring because I've forgotten how fast this car is. Honestly, the straight line speed of this car is actually like too much for me to handle. Yeah, obviously, the car is just really on rails around here, I'd say. Yeah, it would be if I was used to the car. It has the pace, and I can see that. I'm just not too good. Obviously that was not a good lap, so I'm pushing the same. Yeah, sadly this car doesn't work. Just a tenth and a bit only. Sadly, the car just is here. I'm just not extracting everything out of it. Like through that braking zone, I just gained a lot of time. Yep, lean and run through this middle sector because out of fuel almost. If I'm improving enough, I'll actually finish a lap off. by running down the main straight. Yeah, sadly we're not going to make any improvements on our lap time. We gotta start bogging down anyway. So yeah, just bring it back into the pits, and no one should improve massively because rain's gotta start falling in a couple of minutes. So that's us just about safe, and that is really shocking. Yep, seeing our gaps to our teammate in each sector was slightly down first, massively down in the middle, and faster in the third.
We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
Yeah, I should be safe because it's gonna start raining now, which is okay because yeah, the lap time's getting slower and slower now, so we're good. We're through into the next session, just about, and it means we get to save a set of mediums for the race, because if we do make it through to Q2, we get to qualify on the inters, which means we obviously get to start on whatever compounded tire we want. So if anything, this is a blessing in disguise. It's raining, because it means we get both set of mediums for the race. Now if I wanted to do a two-stop of medium, soft, then we can. And yeah, obviously I'm gonna go out straight away.
Take it easy to start with. Track's wet.
Now I know I can get away with 2 flying laps, so the first one is gonna be more of a banker. Because the other thing with me in the wet, the more laps I do, the more acclimatized I get to the track surface, the faster I go. So yeah, the sooner I go out, the better the track conditions are. I might only get 1 or 2 flying laps out of this, but still, it will be worth it. You know what, just because I'm so much faster with these things on, then I'll do this. And you'll see that I'll actually get through this session. Yeah, okay. Okay, but seriously, okay, that was just a joke. But laughing and joking aside, I do actually have speed when I turn off the assist. Okay, no. Okay. Laughing and more laughing aside, I do actually have pace in the wet with traction control and automatic and manual gearbox. Okay, no. Okay, so but redoing the first corner. You're probably asking why I turned down the ERS. Pretty obvious. Start with traction. Yeah, as you can see, the second I went up to full. Yeah, as you can see, it's just kind of a mess in this car, like. But you can see the potential here for me with assist off. See, like the traction here, which we don't have, really is not helping. Because yeah, chassis is what helps in the wet, I would say, being 100% honest. And what don't we have on this car? A chassis. So what are we not gonna have? Any wet pace? Okay, cool. And now, just to prove that I'm faster with those things on, minus all the flashbacks, compared to them off, I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do another lap straight up. As you can see, I'm really not lying. I would say the gearbox manual lost me time, but I'd say traction control off gave me time. I might seriously just turn off traction control, because in the dry having traction control off is not an issue for me, but in the wet it seems to be, so I'm just gonna go turn off traction control and adjust the setup in the pits. So increase front wing angle, decrease, that way there's less oversteer. So yeah, that really was not too great. Traction control off, and we'll see. Yeah, like if I'm out, yeah, okay, I'm out. Because I'm not getting a better lap time than that, so I'm gonna just skip to the race. Because that's me down in P15 and show through. Honestly, that was probably the worst qualifying I've probably ever had. Mainly because it was raining, but we're just gonna gloss over that. The lap times we set really weren't the best that we could have done. And so, yeah, we dropped down to here. Yeah, see, the team have nothing to say. That's how bad I've done. So, yeah, I'll probably get this end of season. That'll be fun. As you can see, I basically have everything I want on the contract. So, yeah. See, obviously, not the best quality, but hopefully we can make up for it in a completely dry race.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. Title deciders, heartbreak, triumph and home glory. All these and more can be found in abundance here at the Autodromo José Carlos Pacho. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. So, let's briefly discuss Lewis Hamilton. Everything's on the line here today, and the title hangs in the balance. So how do you think they'll be coping with all that pressure?
By trying not to think about the result too much. The worst thing you can do in this situation is think about all the what-ifs. What if I get hit going into turn 1? What if I get a penalty? What if I finish outside the points?
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Nico Hülkenberg lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Verstappen, Kevin Magnussen, and Grosjean, Leclerc, Weber, Ricciardo, and George Russell. Norris, Vettel, Carlos Sainz, Oldtimer, Perez, Hamilton, Devon Butler, and Kimi Raikkonen. Giovinazzi and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid, and with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
Yeah, something I failed to notice earlier was that Hamilton didn't get out of Q1, so whether that's a good thing for us or not, I don't know, but I'm just gonna try and see if I can one-stop this race. Yeah, you can definitely one-stop. Yeah, just to make it seem not so bad. Then I do that. Yeah, you gotta remember that this one stop is probably way faster than this one, because this is counting a pit stop and 1 lap on the end. So yeah, 2.5 wings. What could possibly go wrong? Except from everything, because it's me. Yeah, not much can go wrong. Hence why I'm starting 4 laps down on field. And yep, I finally turned off the stupid formation lap. Yeah, time for my terrible start. Now we're traction control off. So yeah, traction control on or off, and I still can't do well in this game. Just got tagged out the back by Vettel, and he's now behind us and we're at the back. So yeah, this is the whole point of this strategy. I run the soft at the beginning just in case I get tagged at the beginning, that way I can box in. And no, I don't have Corona. I can box in on the end of lap 1, pit onto the mediums, and then from there just run it to the end on 2 sets of mediums. That was the whole point of this. The whole point of doing this is so that I can prove that I can do without flashbacks, even with something like traction control, something so vital off. Yeah, this one stop is miraculously now a 2-stop. As we're into the pits on that end of lap 1, going straight onto a set of mediums, and I might go onto softs at the end and just revert the strategy around. As you can see, it's a 6.7 second stop with a front wing change, so that's not even that bad, to be fair to the team. So yeah, this whole race I'm just going to be trying to claw back a lot of time which I've lost from that stop and that incident, but this is just proving that I don't need flashbacks or traction control to do well in this championship. As I've turned them off. Well, I haven't turned off flashbacks, but I'm just not going to use any. Didn't even do practice around here, that's probably why I was so slow, but
Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment.
I want to see the gap in front out of the second sector split, and then just see how the pace is. It's all 21 seconds ahead to leaders, so to be fair to us, like, the race pace is here.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
Unlike what I've alluded to, I'm genuinely, even with all these lap down of fuel, I can still afford to push on the straights and then just conserve in the middle sector. So despite what I've alluded to or shown to, I can actually just do a lot. As you can completely see, like, I still have the pace. It's more like, this is more just like sim practice really for me. Somehow my weakest sector in quality ends up being my fastest sector at the beginning of the race. So maybe a purple sector. Yep.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race.
I'm literally doing a Sebastian Vettel 2012. Takes damage and still manages to post fastest lap every single lap. I mean, I don't look up to Vettel, but he is a good driver, so can't blame me. I mean, not really. I knew when I wanted to conserve, lad. I know what I'm doing. Jeff clearly doesn't. The team clearly doesn't, but I know what I'm doing. You can see my setup was completely for the dry, hence why I was out in the race. In quality, I mean. Right, is Raikkonen to Alpha? Yeah, I haven't done this in so long, I don't know what team half the drivers are at. I know Leclerc's our teammate, I know Vettel's still at Ferrari, I know Hulkenberg is at Ferrari, I know that the two base McLaren drivers are at Renault. So yeah, Norris and Sainz. But like you can see, even with all the retros I'm using, ERS to what? Like, bro, I got 17 seconds ahead. I don't need to attack someone. Like, it's almost 18 seconds ahead and the game's still telling me to attack. So yeah, I genuinely have all that time to make up. Because I cannot make it to the end on these tires, and nor can anyone else. So I'm basically doing a one stop, but like 22 seconds down on everyone else. And one lap fresher tires. It's like I started a lap up on everyone and just decided to camp out. As you can see, like, okay, yeah, that explains why the gap's coming down, because it's now Raikkonen ahead of us. We're basically obviously got to be making ground up on. As we're setting 110s in race conditions, where we're really just pushing the car like it's quali laps. So yeah, at least it's good to see that Gio and Vettel are holding each other up a lot, which will help us. It's now 14 seconds to Raikkonen. As you can see, Vettel on the hard compound tyres is struggling actually for pace, as he's struggling to overtake Giovinazzi, Alfa Romeo, which doesn't have issues with the car. As you can see, I'm just keeping the ERS on medium, then only just worrying about the fuel, because we basically made a whole lap of fuel up in 6 laps of the race, so not much to worry about fuel wise. The gap to Raikkonen is just really coming down at this point. All soft runners are starting to lose pace at this point. Alright, fine, I'll put you up into high then. But honestly, at this point in the race, we're really just starting to make inroads in absolutely everyone. A little bit of a Tokyo drift out there, but yeah. Including the leaders, I feel like we're starting to make small inroads on, but they're a good minute ahead of us. So if I check teammate status or rival status,
Valtteri's currently in P2. The difference is 29.3 seconds. They're on all softs. We think they've got last stop, heat time, last lap.
yeah, there we go. You know what? It's fine. One flashback. That's about how much I'd use in normal. Okay, not 2. Alright, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, we're starting to get a little bit too happy on the throttle, and we're really starting to just push the car when we don't need to, for unnecessary reasons. So I think I just need to start backing off and then just start looking after the tyres at this point, because I'm trying to go more than halfway through this race on these tyres, at least to lap 20. No way, but I'm probably gonna make it go to lap 22, 23. But yeah, this really isn't the ideal race scenario for us. Rival status. Okay. Cheers, Jeffrey. Can't hear me speak English, can you? Rival status.
Valtteri's currently in P2. The gap is 29.1 seconds. They're on all softs. We think they've got last stop. The time last lap was at 1 minute 11.2.
Yeah, as you can see, we're still making inroads on him on bad laps. We made 2 tenths up on him since last time I asked, which was a lap ago. So honestly, our pace compared to our leaders is actually faster, which is actually kind of shocking me. But yeah, we got 7 seconds ahead to really the first car, because Raikkonen really doesn't count, because he has issues with his car, so he's got to be slow anyway. So counting him as the first car to overtake really is not a fair interpretation. Yeah, the gap to the Haas's is really coming down. The gap to Bottas and Verstappen, not too much. Still a little bit. That's staying. I would like to say it's Verstappen. But yeah, the gap to Red Bull and Bottas is about the same. But the gap to the Haas's behind them is definitely decreasing. So I definitely have the pace over everyone here. Yep, okay, cool. Love that. I'm just gonna fly fast, riding in on the straight with DRS, slipstream, overtake mode. Just gotta go around the outside just to flex the speed a little bit on that Alphas. And set a purple third sector. Still make the apex for turn 1. Even with the late braking, and that's us up in the P19. First overtake of the race, other than maybe into turn 1, but that doesn't really count because we lost out pretty much straight away. You can see Vettel still stuck behind. I think that's a Williams. So Vettel really just can't get past anyone. Don't know if it's because the Williams have good straight line speed or if it's their chassis, but I know Williams are actually a good car these days and aren't just the worst car anymore. They actually have good race pace to the point that they might be the slowest, but they're not too far off compared to the beginning of season 1. I mean, what's Jeff suggesting this time? Yep. That's basically what I was going to do anyway, lap 22 softs. So. Good to see that we're making inroads on everyone. We seem to be the fastest car on the whole track, so. As you can see, the gap ahead, the gap to everyone's decreasing slowly, so I don't really mind. Honestly, just don't mind. Here we go, Ricciardo is the first one in. And we're in front of him. Again, we're still probably a pit stop behind. No, because he's onto softs now, so he's 2-stopping. Every other 2-stopper I'm gonna probably beat in this race. Because 2-stoppers don't necessarily have the same pace that 1-stoppers do. Yeah, now only 2.5 seconds ahead. Yeah, we're within its pit stop of our teammate now. I don't really mind at this point how bad the pace is. Because if we get out in front of like the leaders, we can hold them up as much as we want or need. As you can finally see, Vettel is actually ahead of the Williams now. Only took him 13 laps. To be fair, I did think I collided with him on the first lap, but I don't think he got any front wing damage. But I definitely did. As you can see, for once I didn't even flashback, even though the championship's imperative in this race. So this is my chance out of the championship, basically. That's basically me out of any chance of winning the drivers. The constructors might have that ages ago, but obviously I'm gonna keep on pushing the car every single lap to the end. Oh, a little bit of a lag spike. But yeah, not much I can do here at this race. As you can see, I didn't want to hit Kubica. Yeah, but as you can see, just the pace we have off of the corners, we just shoot off of them with the engine upgrades. And you know, that's not even my fault. I hit my braking point. Butler just broke way too early, so I'll just allow me that. Yeah, I think he has front wing damage because he's drifting out wide, and he's on softs, and he's in a racing point. Yeah, really, Butler. He turns left, right when I'm there. And look at his steering wheel when I touch him. Here. But I'm turning left. He's going straight, so fair enough. Actually, that's probably my fault, but still, I'm turning left. And he didn't leave any room on the inside. Fair enough, he might get back past me on the straight. But with the straight line speed of this car, I doubt it. So yeah, we see some of the leaders start to come in now. With their hard compound tyres to go to the end. This is Lucas Weber, and you know, he's really turned into a dark horse for that Toro Rosso. Probably better than the Red Bull. And yeah, both Mercs are miles ahead of me at this point. So yeah, I have no chance of winning this, of the drivers at this point, unless something bad happens to them in this race or in Abu Dhabi. So honestly, this is just kind of a consolidation game of just like, how little damage can I take from this race? Sadly, I took the front wing damage on lap 1 rather than like a bit later than that. Just accept that I'm basically doing a one slot, but I just had terrible pace at the beginning. That's basically what the strategy is. Really, like, I keep it to the side and the AI just park their car in the middle of the road. Like, look, he just leaves like no space on the outside. Me and make a move. Yeah, we'll hopefully get past Roman too by cutting in front of Weber, and yeah, me and Vettel both have a pit stop to make in this race. So really it's just about holding up everyone behind us, and to do that I need to get in front of Vettel first. Because Vettel will hold them up very nicely, whereas I can push on. Bit of a Tokyo Drift moment there. Bit of a Tokyo Drift moment there. Can't say no to that. with the rear end kind of stepping out a little bit. They couldn't put down anything. But really all I'm hoping for is just DRS really.
Battery charge is high. Let's increase ERS deployment to upper pace.
So just off the bat, without DRS or slipstream, we are pretty good in a straight line, but DRS, slipstream and the other car has neither of those things. The other teams just have no chance. If we look at Araba's My Driver series, we're basically just Audi. Honestly, we're literally Araba's Audi. All straight line speed, no turning.
5 seconds.
This car just doesn't perform at tracks like Monaco, but it performs everywhere else. Yeah. That was an absolute calamity. Just a joy and a half to really be driving. Yeah, it just doesn't let me downshift half the time. Because when I manually downshift, it just has an issue with that. You can see taking the esports line. A little bit more than the esports line. But getting away with what I can. That's probably the biggest one you can get away with in the entire calendar with only a warning. And here's the thing, I have not burnt a lot of fuel. If I started equal fuel, I would be up massively on fuel. So yeah, obviously Hulkenberg, he's at the slowest they are in the whole game. How was he racing against Magnussen? What? Honestly, a lot better than Grosjean's AI. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did try a flashback that, so that one does not count at all, because flashback just didn't activate. I literally pressed the flashback button like, say around like here, but like obviously it didn't register. I should get past both of these guys on the straight. If not both, then at least Hulkenberg. Like, look, I'm barely running any power, and just the traction is just gone out of this car. Like, I rarely have to use this many flashbacks. But I think the power that this car has emphasizes how much slower I have to go into full throttle compared to if I was using like a Red Bull with only chassis and aero upgrades. Yeah, that's Bottas still ahead. Alright, so yeah, obviously race pace of this car, very good, because in race the best thing you can have is straight line speed, and quality the best thing you can have is a complete package. But obviously I'm trying to get in front of Bottas to hold him up as much as I can. Yeah, obviously right now I'm gonna have to pit and rejoin, I'd say around P10 after I've had all these laps, because I'm pitting in lap 22, 23, 24, something like that, according to the game. yeah, that would have been a viable option if I hadn't decided to not drive like a normal person. But still, you can just see the gains that I make in a straight line on these guys, and it's just really dumb how much time we gain in a straight line, and then we just lose it all again in like the middle sector. That's mainly because we're using like low ERS modes and low fuel modes in the middle sector. Literally low on ERS, but you know what I'm trying to say. Somehow there's a Williams in P2. As I can tell that this is definitely a career mode and not a stock save. Especially for Ferrari in 6th behind a Haas and a McLaren. Yeah, Verstappen's just leading this race with like calm and collected. That Red Bull has just had so much pace. He's probably had the most consistency out of everyone this whole season in that Red Bull. And yeah, we might just have enough. The point that Magnussen goes defensive, which holds himself up, means if I get a good exit out of here, I'll be able to attack him out of the S's. And yeah, he's put himself behind us basically by trying to defend, which you shouldn't do against the McLaren. You should just hold your line, make me go out of my way, because my engine power is probably too much at this point, and I don't think Leclerc utilises it, hence why he's not here in the lead. I'm in front of him, yeah, a pit stop down, but still. As you can see, we did not get DRS off of Valtteri, this is James. But still making gains. I could go on to another set of mediums and then just have no wear at the end. Or I go on to another set of softs and have a lot of wear at the end. Obviously, with me being the aggressive driver I am, I'm gonna go for the softs. Now obviously I don't need to go for the fastest lap of the race because I already have that, but I'm going to be pushing and I'll probably get it anyway on accident. Because why you save all the ERS and fuel middle sector? Why? Because I said so, and the car is capable. Just like how it's also capable of doing technically a one stop. Imagine if I was like just in the lead running away with this race. I mean, I'd rather use hot lap until 7th gear, at which point you switch it to overtake. No, I don't think I will. Yeah, Russell's in, which is a shocker. Obviously I don't mind Verstappen being ahead of us, because he's not in the championship fight, but obviously I do mind Bottas being ahead of us. You can see cleaner on the outside of Bottas. And yeah, the more we squabble with him and the more we slow him down, the more likely he is to get overtaken by others who have actual race pace compared to the Merc. Which, compared to the rest of the field in Season 1, had a lot of race pace, but compared to everyone else now, has just no pace. So yeah, obviously, not what I was hoping for. Bottas still has DRS, and I'm boxing in at the end of this lap. Obviously, I'm gonna save as much as I can on my outlap, fuel-wise. Save ERS on the outlap, fuel-wise, so I can just set a blistering lap time when I come straight out. See, it's now P10, which is actually what I predicted earlier. And so the more I push now on this final chance to push on these mediums. Like, yeah, normally I'd go on to another set of mediums if like I had no tyre wear, but I've basically done double that, and they're on 50%. I could actually go to the end on these tyres, you know. They'd only be on 75% at the end, and I'd just be praying for a safety car. I've done a soft stint at the beginning for one lap, so I don't actually need a pit. I can just go to the end. But I don't have to pit. I just need to get Bottas out of my DRS. And from there, if I want to go and pit again, in the latter stages when he's not in my DRS, then it's easier, because not only will I be on super fresh softs compared to his dying out hards, I'll be on a McLaren and he'll be in a Merc, so just everything seems to be going our way today, strategy wise. As long as I don't get a puncture at the end, everything should be good. I like I only came up with this strategy like right before I was about to come into the pits, but I'm kind of happy I did, to be fair.
Okay, this set of tyres is pretty much spent, I think. You should be able to bring a with you entirely.
Yep, as you can see, Magnussen is now ahead of Bottas into turn 1. And you just go for more consistent lap times, as Russell takes way out faster lap from me. I just need the drivers behind to squabble, so if I want to pit and come back out on fresh tyres, I can. Honestly, if I need a pit again, I will. I probably will with like 6 laps left. Kubica's out. Please bring out safety car. Kubica, no one loves you, man. What happened to Kubica? First of all, what car is he in? There he is. Yeah, so yeah, seems to be some sort of like internal failure. Yeah, if you look at the onboard cam of all of these cars, you can see that, well, Red Bull and Mercedes are different. That's because I've been using those for a little bit of something in my own time. Who is in P10? So if we're in P2, P3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'd be around George Russell. Okay, look, either way I'm gaining points on both Mercs in this race if I stay out. If I pit in, then Bottas will have the lead on us in the championship. Obviously, I do not want that to happen, because the more points I lose in the championship, the worse. So obviously, race pace in McLaren is actually good. Honestly, at this point, I rather would have boxed onto hards at the beginning if I knew that I was going to do this. Obviously, I didn't know that I was going to be pulling some stupid one-stop thing on that end of lap 1 and going to the end on mediums. If there's a safety car at the end, I'm pitting and changing that front wing to 1. That way I can just fly past everyone, everywhere. But sadly, I didn't know that any of this was going to be happening. I didn't realise I was going to be taken out in turn 1. I didn't think that everything was going to go wrong. Yeah, I will though, because middle sector probably best for saving fuel. Vettel sets in 9.5. I can easily beat that if I go on softs. Am I risking maybe 19 points compared to a safe 18? The longer I'm waiting, the less worth it is to pit. So I'm saying box at the end of this lap, maybe. Come in and just push the car to the end, because we should have no problems with wear with 8 laps left when softs are supposed to on average go the same as mediums. So honestly, to the end of this race should be pretty easy for them softs to go. Honestly, it's just about pushing the car every single lap to its max. Obviously that means out lap I'm going to save a lot of fuel. We're going to be coming out right behind Hamilton. We'll be out in front of both Ferraris. And yeah, we're now in this little gap between Ferraris and Mercs. Time to push on to the end on a set of fresh softs. So yeah, I'm easily gonna make the way back up to at least P7, I'd say easily. With all this extra grip, I was keeping like decent pace compared to these guys on dead medium. So compared to me on fresh softs, these guys are gonna have no pace. So obviously it's gotta start off with purple lap on lap 30 for an easy 2-point gain. I was already making time up in the middle sector, just conserving everything before trying our best to actually set a competitive lap time. Teammate status 9.1. Yeah, if it's a 9.1 as we go through there. If it's a 9.1 at the end of lap 29, what's it going to be at the end of lap 30? I realise I'm barely using any fuel in Rich. Don't know if that's an Interlagos thing or that's the McLaren thing or what, but either way, that's killing the car, honestly. Okay, use hot lap out of corners. Actually, I do need to start pushing the records, considering there's a championship up for grabs. If I do badly on this race, I've lost it. Yeah, first guy to overtake is the guy who's also in the championship fight, along with me and Valtteri. As we just send one up his inside. I didn't actually want to send one, but I wasn't making the corner if I didn't do that. So it was either that or hit the wall. So sorry Lewis if I've hit you or destroyed half of your front wing, but I can assure you that was not my strap. Obviously he's an AI, so he has no clue that, but yeah. Yeah, as you can see, my best lap's a 108.4. That's a 109.2, which is still better than what Vettel and Russell did. I probably should have boxed in a couple laps earlier. Made the gap less, probably mean that I wouldn't have had to overtake Hamilton, but still. Grosjean ahead on hards. Yeah, my tyres won't wear out before the end of the race, so I'll basically have fresh softs the entire end of this race, so I won't lose any time due to wear. Yeah, I'll probably only get 16 points. It'll be either 15 or 16. I mean, because Gasly's pushed away, Gasly would have overtaken me, let's be honest. Being honest with myself here, Gasly would have completely messed me up in the middle sectors, to the point that holding him up in the straights wouldn't have even been worth it. Bottas would have caught up, and there would have been just no point in even doing that, compared to this strategy where I'm high 8s to low 9s. I don't even care about the car behind. I only care about the gaps of Valtteri. On for it. As we just go deep into this corner. Leaves us the space on the inside though. Fair play to Roman, but yeah, we just dictate his exit there. Did he just do that? Did Grosjean literally just bin himself in the wall right behind me? I really want to see what this guy's doing. And what is going on in this guy's head? Yeah, he goes to the outside, he sees there's no gap, he just can't turn in time. That might just be a safety car. I'm not even gonna lie. That might honestly just be a safety car with 2-3 laps left. If not, it's definitely a virtual. They can't just leave that like that, because that's just gonna cause a massive pile-up. Honestly, that is so shocking to see, because no AI normally goes around the outside through there. I'm honestly just kind of shocked by the fact that he would even try that. No AI even tries overtakes in the middle sector. Yeah, he does such a stupid one. Now that's messed up Hamilton and my flow. That has honestly messed up my flow so much. Well, to be honest, I will be able to run rich revs to the end every single lap, I hope. Except for maybe on lap 36 where I might have to just back off a little bit in the last lap, but still. I'm really hoping Leclerc can take some points off of Bottas by overtaking Bottas. If I can't, but even if I can, I'd hope he can, just to help me out. And not in the constructors, because we've already lost that one already. Probably in Mexico. Probably lost the chance of that in Mexico. But honestly, I just need to forget the whole Grosjean incident and then just push on, like I was before the Grosjean incident. Yeah, just go into lane out of this corner. Yeah, main straight this lap I'm getting Weber, who I've already gotten in this race at least once. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get him. Because the second we hit 8th gear, here's the thing with the car. The second we hit 8th gear, we just start to pull and pull and pull. Because our top speed is like 220, while everyone else's is like 210 at best probably. And since I'm in the fight for the championship and I see that Leclerc is actually being a team man, and we need to get past George Russell, which we'll do on the main straight at the end of this lap into the beginning of the next one, we honestly just see that Leclerc is probably being the best teammate I could ask for, as he's in a position to overtake Valtteri. Okay, yeah, I definitely have enough fuel and DRS to just set a quality lap at the end here. So yeah, honestly at this point in the race, I'm just setting a purple lap on this last lap, or attempting to, as Leclerc goes for a move on Bottas. Yes, Charles. As we get it all wrong through the center S. No chance of saying a purple, but there is a chance of getting Valtteri at the end if I play it smart. I'm gonna try and save a little bit of fuel in this middle sector and a lot of ERS. That way, end of middle sector, I just blast it. And if we get past Bottas, then we get past Bottas. If we don't, we don't. But again, I can already see the benefits of doing this strategy compared to not doing it. If there was 3 more laps in this race, I would get a podium, but sadly there isn't, and it's all down to this last corner exit. It's a good exit. Now, all we need is just pull on Bottas, and we have it already. Before DRS, we're pulling him, and that's us ahead of him at the end of the race. From a bad quality to a bad start to a great end, getting him basically right at the end. So I've basically done everything I could have done considering the car I have.
Well, I honestly feel it's down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Let's see how the driver standings have changed. Oldtimer takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an incredible day of racing.
Yeah, yeah.
Your driver of the day.
Max Verstappen.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they secure the constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Well, that's an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Bottas loses out. I would have gotten 9, he would have gotten 10. I would have been 2-3 points down on him. Instead, I'm 2 ahead of him. Hamilton's still in the running for the championship, as he's down in P3. He went from lead to second. He went from lead at the championship to third. I went from third to first. And it all comes down to Abu Dhabi next round, the final round of the championship. Honestly, I would have gotten maybe third if I didn't pit, but the chance of getting a puncture at the end probably wasn't worth it. I should have pitted earlier onto softs. There's so many more things I could have done, but we're leading the championship going into the final round at Abu Dhabi. Which is probably all I can ask for. Leading into Abu Dhabi.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
Does anyone actually care, Claire?
Your way through the field today. What's your strategy?
Top or bottom? Close my eye. Okay, cool. Arrow. Because I'm not going chassis.
Are you happy to or
Yeah, no, we can't get complacent. There's one race left.
already won?
No. It's not already done. Where? Yeah, because yeah. Even though I literally have like 12 more sets. I mean, I basically have an entire fresh power unit for quality and then for the race as well. But yeah, I'm gonna have a completely fresh power unit, turn the race on, so everything's gonna go well. Hopefully next race, but yeah, it's kind of a shock into a bad race, and getting 2 really big upgrades in for next round will really push us forwards. And what? There's a thing called chassis. What? Wait, there's actually a thing called. No way. You're joking, right? Chassis is a thing. No, I'm joking, but yeah, going into next round we'll get extra front downforce and extra ERS, so it should be good as long as the ERS doesn't fail us. But yeah, going into next round we basically have like a lot of power units on like 4 or 5%, which I can run, and everything's going well. I don't care about what Barras is attending or anyone's attending, because that's probably the perfect end to this episode. Yeah, no one's gonna check this out, so why am I even